everybody and welcome back to City Skylines. We're back playing this game again, and you know what? Things are going fan-fucking-tastic. Look at this place. It is huge, to say the very least. And we're still not ready. There's still like a lot to do. This entire area needs to be like a big-ass town full with stuff and things and people and I don't know what else. We are at 250,000, just over that, people living here. We've got, for now, Aspen Park. Someone mentioned Prison Park, because of all the trees surrounding it. I get where you're coming from, but I kind of want, like, a name that just fits it and that just, like, is something that it's just a name that will become, like, a popular thing. Just a name that people all over the world will like, oh yeah, I know what you mean. Like, Prison Park could obviously be that too. But you know what I mean? It's just, like, it's a bit too, well, it sounds a bit too dangerous, doesn't it? We want, like, a family-friendly thing because there's basketball courts, there's a baseball court, there's a football court, there's tennis, there's more basketball. There's a zoo, there's art, and there is an aquarium connected, like, right next to it. And this Ferris wheel, which will give you a view over the entire park when you're at the top of it. Look at that. Look at this. This is what your view will be from up here. I mean, of course, now it's raining at night, but it's amazing. We've got this bell tower in the middle of it, too, which people seem to appreciate, actually. As does Katie Cook. Or just say Cock. No, it says Cook. Good. She's a tourist. They're all tourists. All these people are tourists. No, this guy is, works at... Oh, he lives right there. So he lives right next to this park, which is great. So these people are also living right next to the park, which is awesome. But yeah, we are making some money. We've got some money. We are gaining people. Everything seems to be fine. The suburbs are doing great, actually. Everything seems to be full and working, and except for this part where it's on fire. But it's being saved by a fireman who has no other thing than a fireman. He doesn't have a life. He doesn't live anywhere here. That's how dedicated they are. They live in their stations. That's how great of people they are. There are some amazing houses over here. Just look at this one, the Valley Residence. My god, that's amazing looking. This ain't bad either, is it? Look, there's all like high density, really, really luxurious villas and mansions. Look at all these places. They're amazing looking. My god. That's amazing. Wow, I'm impressed by this, to be honest. These are a bit less fortunate houses. Do we even have? I think this entire suburb area exists out of rich people. I mean, here we have the normal houses, which still are not bad at all to live in. But these are not mansions or whatever. I mean, this is still a pretty fucking big house and all that. But you know what I mean. So yeah. This house, and then we're on the brink of this ginormous city that is just behind it and doing its thing. I am in love with this game and with how this all turned out to be. The hotels are being used, even though, again, we don't have a lot of tourists, we don't have plane income. Taxis are being used quite a bit, actually, which is nice. But especially the bus and the metro. The metro is being used a lot too, which is great. I think the metro has stations everywhere by now. There are stations in the metro around here, in this area, which is great. So that works. Maybe do we want like a metro line? No, we don't want a metro. We cannot even fit that in. So that's all working, doing its thing. We've got Wind Turbine Island, which is also doing its thing very well, actually. We've got this beach, which is working and no longer a beach as there's no sand on it anymore, which is a shame. But the river seems to have been restored in former glory, at least in most parts. The canal is also working in most parts, or all parts. I think all parts. Yeah, the canal is working in its entirety. Also, it's raining now, of course, so this river is going to be filled up pretty soon. Because it's raining very hard, and it rains a lot in this town as well. But look at the... Just imagine driving down this road over here, just going... just being these guys, and just looking at this giant, like all these skyscrapers and stuff, and then, you know, just coming at you. And this canal right there, which is a bit weird, and then just go over this road, and you just see that, like, right in front of you. That is... Oh god, are there power problems? Why are there power problems? Power! No! What happened to the power? Why is the grid no longer... I mean, of course, the grid is not connected over here, which is a bit of an issue, actually. Because we want that to happen. We want there to be a grid. Right here. So, how would we do that? Like this? Let's connect up the grids. Please connect up the grids. I don't think it works. Just let us do it like this. We need to connect the grids up. So there's going to be 2 wind turbines in the river. And now everything should have power again. Because there should be plenty of power. I mean, I say that. There are a lot of new buildings. A lot of new stuff. And so there's probably a lot of power necessary too. There's no bicycle lanes in here. I just realized. Like, but people can probably cycle over the roads. You cannot drive fast here. You need to take it slow and steady. People are doing that, so it's fine. This place is fucking huge, isn't it? It's amazing. This canal in the middle of it with the bridges, it's so cool. There's no demand. There's literally no demand for anything, so I really wouldn't know what we could do at the moment. We could check out if everything is done and dusted. I mean, there's no fire department availability in this area, which is a bit strange, because I don't really know why. There should be availability like around everywhere by now, you would think. But no, it appears not the case. It appears that we've been deceived and lied to all this time because there's no availability for fire department over here whatsoever, which is a shame because we need it. We need it everywhere because otherwise the whole place will burn to the ground and things are gonna start going bad and we'll have lots of complaints and lots of people dying and all of that crap, which is exactly what we want to avoid. So I just place a couple of extra fire stations so we can get everywhere as fast as we want to be and just be able to get anywhere, period, because at the moment that doesn't seem to be possible. But I think now that should be possible once again. We might want to get one over here too. How about this place? The center here still has got a bit of an issue with the fire department, so we'll place like another one right there. And this area should now be covered too, which is great. How about fire department? This is obviously medical. How about fire department? Fire department availability seems to be almost everywhere. This being the only exception, which we have now, or should have now fixed. There you go. Fixed that. This is all fine. There's still a bit of danger in this area, so we might as well go ahead and place like a smaller station, like at the corner of this road. I mean, it's a bigger station, but you know what I mean. Police coverage. The police coverage is absolutely fine. There seems to be coverage everywhere. The crime rate is so low. There are a bunch of criminals, and all the criminals that are here are, of course, as we all know, in Prison Island, serving their time as Edward Smithson, who lives in the Heather residence, which is all the way over here. He obviously lives in a bad part of town, or so it seems. I don't know if it is. But, you know, he will never see the light of day. I mean, he was outside just then, but you know what I mean. He will never get out ever again. The demand is so shit that we cannot build any of these buildings around this place, which is a bit of a shame, as I would have really liked that to happen. But no, it's not happening. We're also going to cut a little bit of this off, because we don't need this many here. We just want to like get it around this place. We just want to fill it up, because that's nice. So we want to get rid of this and just fill this with buildings. Please, guys, do that for me. I would really appreciate it. So we're gonna get rid of this too, and we're just gonna like try to like encircle it with buildings, which is probably not gonna happen anytime soon. Demand is almost not there. I think we're gonna lose people pretty soon in this town because there's just no demand whatsoever. What we could do, however, and what we're gonna do actually, is we could flourish up town a little bit. We could try to make the town a little bit better looking. So what we want to do, we want to get a couple of these bushes, and we're just gonna encircle this roundabout with bushes, because that's nice. Because we have nothing else to do at the moment. So what we're gonna do, they're probably gonna cover up a bunch of traffic signs that no one will be able to see anymore, and it's gonna cause massive issues and massive accidents, people dying and screaming and losing loved ones. But you know what? From up there, it's gonna look fantastic. It's gonna look amazing, and the people will appreciate the beauty of this town, which is important too. So we're just gonna make sure and make it happen, because again, this part of town is like the luxurious part of town. Like everything is here. They've got everything that we could possibly ever want, including a giant fucking park, which is not bad. So I think they'll be quite happy with this. There we go. We'll upgrade it to a little bit bigger. We'll get a bunch more of them in here. There you go. Some of it's overlapping the road. Again, it's going to cause massive traffic problems, probably. Not really, but like in my imagination it will. But we don't care. We're just going to keep on doing this, and there you go. Look at that. That is a lot better, if you ask me, personally, which you probably didn't. And we might as well do it over here too. We might as well. we might as well, because I think it's nice. So we cannot hold the mouse, we have to click them all individually, which is fine, because I've got time. I don't have anywhere else to go at the moment. I'm recording videos for, like, my life at the moment, to get things done before I move and go on a holiday and stuff. That's why all of these marathons, like, honestly, my hard disks are full. They're absolutely packed. I've got a 2 terabyte hard drive, and I think I've only got, like, 100 gigs left, because I have, I think... let me just, I think I've got 20 videos lined up at the moment. 20 videos, pure of content, lined up at the moment. With Prison Architect being like half an hour per episode. YouTubers like 15 minutes. City Skylines, is about half an hour per episode, but I cut that down to the interesting parts, or the parts where I talked about things like this. So, yeah, there you go. Look at it. It makes such a difference. It's so much nicer. I mean that. I think I loved it. It's just so much better than it was. I also want to decorate this area, because it's, I think we use these trees over here. So why not just fill in this area, fill it in with trees too. I mean, we have come at the point slowly but steadily where we're also going to be about not just making this town work and fill it up with buildings and, you know, making it be functional. We are also starting to look at the cosmetic sides of things. We also want to make it look good, and we want to make it amazing looking, and that's what we're doing right now. So we're planting trees along the roads, making it look better, making it work better, and also making it better for the environment, because trees are important, trees are love, trees are life, and the people in this town would know that, especially the tourists who are like, oh my god, for a big-ass metropolis of, I mean, just over 250,000 people, which in real life isn't that big of a city, actually. I mean, compared to some of the things that are out there, I mean, obviously, if you compare it to, like, New York or Tokyo or Los Angeles or I mean, even Amsterdam, it's not a lot. But you know what? We'll take it, and we're proud of it, and the people will be like, for such a big town, there's a shitload of trees, because believe me, you won't find a lot of trees in Amsterdam. There's a bunch of parks where have trees, but other than that, it's like very, very rare. We also want some trees like in the middle of right here, which is going to look weird from down here, but you know what is going to happen? We want to fill up this entire area, obviously, with green, because it looks nice and it will fill it up, and people will appreciate the green. And oh yes, I'm loving this. I used to place so much trees in my town, like, all the time, and which I've kind of neglected the cosmetic part of this game for a while now, which is something that we're gonna get back into in the coming episodes as well, because I mean, I don't even like saying this, but we're slowly but steadily, I mean, of course, there's still a lot to do, so it's not gonna end anytime soon, but we're slowly but steadily coming to the closing stages of this playthrough, because we need to fill the rest up with suburban areas, which is still going to take a shit while. But the center of town is nearly done. And, of course, still modifications are going to be found to do. And we're still going to be able to find all sorts of things we can improve on. But we are slowly heading to the end of it, to the climax of this place. And after that, we'll flood it with a giant flood wave, with a tsunami mod or something. How about that for an idea? I'll save it first, though, because I'm very proud. And this city will always have a special place in my heart, even once it's happened and we actually stop playing this. Which is going to be weird, because City Skylines has been the series on Monday for months. I think ever since we started this channel, it has been there on the Monday, City Skylines, every time at 6 o'clock my time, which is 5 o'clock English time, and I have no idea what American time, probably quite early, or quite late, no, early, so yeah, but there you go. That's nice. That's really nice. Look at this, all the trees and stuff. I think they'll appreciate it. I think they'll appreciate that. And now we're just going to get a bunch of bushes in here. Let's just get a couple of smaller ones to fill up this area in here. Let's just do that, right? Shall we? So, it's going to look like some crops, but they're basically bushes, and people will probably mistake them for crops, but you know what? They're not. They're bushes, and you have to respect them for what they are. So, there you go. We're just going to fill up this area with bushes, and there you go. Just going to keep going down here. And there you go. I mean, fucking, that's fine. We don't have this thing at the other side. We have it kind of in here, but it's not the same. We could place them in here, probably. We could place a bunch of them in here, which is still going to look pretty weird because they're so small. And the bigger ones don't fit in this area, so yeah, but there you go. That's fine. I'll take it. This town is buzzing. We are losing people again. I don't know why. I don't know how it comes. I think because there's a lack of jobs. As I said before, which you could see over here. There's a job availability of 101,000, almost 102,000, but there's a population of 253,000. There's over 100,000 people are unemployed. Which means that over 150,000 people are unemployed. But as I said before, you would expect that to result in a big ass demand for commercial buildings. But no, it's just not there. So when we take a look, we've got big ass commercial blocks like over here. Party Hardy, of course, is a big one. The hotels are something to work in as well. We've got over here. We've got a small little block. Over here, there's a big ass one. This is the biggest one, Harris Square, which is basically like Wall Street. Harris Square is probably the equivalent to Wall Street in this town, with a lot of people working here, being very busy doing their things. But there's no demand. There is just no demand further than this to get more people to work in here, which is probably what we're gonna try and do now. We're probably gonna go ahead and try to get that demand up. So what we're doing, we're checking out the most central part of this road, which is probably over here, and we'll connect up a new road. There you go. We'll get a new road in that will lead all the way up to here. I mean, for now, we can lead it up to here and connect it back up here. We're gonna make like a grid kind of thing, which I think is fine. This needs to be straight if we could possibly get that. That's fine. There you go. And we'll get it like this and connect up. I mean, I don't know why it's being so weird, but fine, you do you. We'll connect that up to there. We'll get rid of the traffic lights we don't want to have, because I hate traffic lights. They disgust me. Over here too. I think we got rid of all of them. Yeah, we did. So, okay. And then we'll run one through the middle too. There you go. And this is gonna be all commercial. I guess it's gonna work. I don't know if it is actually gonna work. We're gonna try it at least. There you go. And we're gonna do the same here. This is all gonna be commercial. And behind here, probably too. Let's just go ahead and do that too, if you guys are up for this, which I am. We're just gonna curl away with this area, right, as such. And then come back here. I don't know what to do from here on. Probably connect to the roundabout? We're gonna connect to the roundabout. I'm fine with that. We'll connect to the roundabout. And we'll have this area. And then, like, immediately right here, we'll have like this going on. And connect back up to there. And then this area too will be used. So there you go. And this is gonna be, of course, first you need to do water. Because I thought about it this time. I was pretty fucking sure there would be no water availability there whatsoever. And now there is, which is awesome. So there you go. And do that. Sewage treatment as well is something that we need to look into. Because the sewage treatment is starting to pile up a little bit. And I also think this river is slowly starting to overflow. Which I think is a bit of a problem. But there you go. We'll add 3 more, which will get the sewage treatment up there. We'll get a bunch of clean water towers along the line where we placed them previously, which is right here. So let's just get a couple more, which will add to the water availability, which will still look pretty weird. But you know what? Fine. We'll get it. We'll get it up there, up and running, doing its thing. And we'll look back into it.